Here we go again, sports fans. I'm Ernie Harwell. And welcome to New York Yankees baseball. We're coming to you from out here at the park, and you'd better keep your windows closed. It's been raining here for a while. McCarthy's been talking this over with the ground crew. They're playing games in both dugouts. And they're finally rolling back the tarp. But the break hasn't helped the pitchers. Let's play some ball.
It's opening day. This one counts. The energy on the field echoes the excitement in the stands. Game number 1 of 3 here in New York.
The Yankees take the field here in the first. Manager McCarthy sends out his squad this way. Gehrig at first base. Azari at second. Rizzuto the shortstop. Nettles at third. Across the outfield, in left, is Ruth. In center, DiMaggio. And over in right, Mantle. Dickey is behind the plate and on the mound for the Yankees. The right-handed Chesbro. He will be facing Orioles starter, left-hander Cuellar.
It's a bit of a pitcher's park.
So settle in. We're ready to start this game. All right. Here's Bunbury to lead it off. He's a left-handed batter. He gets his share of hits. Al has a good eye. Chesbro gets set to work on him. Now the delivery. Didn't mean to swing. A slow roller to the left side. Rizzuto will have to rush his throw, and he gets Bunbury. Nice play. 1 down. Alomar to face Chesbro. A force to be reckoned with. Roberto can get on. Chesbro prepares to come home. He cranks and fires. Popped up, shallow center field. DiMaggio is coming on, and he's got it. 2 gone. Well, here's Ripken to hit for the Orioles. 2 outs. Known to whack that ball pretty well. Right-hander Chesbro. Ready. The pitch comes in. Driven to right. It's playable. Mantle moves under it and hauls it in. That's 3 away. Chesbro sets them down in order. Orioles, nothing. Yankees coming up. For the Orioles. The Orioles take the field here in the first. Manager Anderson sends out his squad this way. Murray at first base. Alomar at second. Ripken the shortstop. Robinson at third. The outfield consists of Singleton in left field. Bunbury in center field. And Blair over in right. Dempsey is behind the plate. And today's slap man for Baltimore. Cuellar, the left-hander. Cuellar comes with a decent strikeout pitch. A controlled pitcher. To get it going, Azari. Azari, a fierce hitter. Tony has a good eye. Now Cuellar, ready. Cuellar into the wind. Lofted to left. It's playable. Singleton drifts over. He's under it. He stumbles, but he's got it. He made that look hard. 1 away. Mantle's up. Awesome power. Way awesome. When the Yankees need a base runner, Mantle is the man. Batter set. Cuellar staring in, ready to work. And the pitch comes in. Over but low, and Mantle takes first. That was Mantle's first walk of the season. Ruth up there. Not intimidated by anybody. Cuellar steps off to bring Mantle back to the bag. Now he's back on the rubber, still eyeing Mantle. The big slugger stands in. Dempsey crouched down now. The pitch is on the way. Big swing, but he got under it. Center fielder Bunbury drifts back. And he makes the catch. That's out number 2. Mantle is tagging, but he holds first. Gehrig is the next hitter. He knows how to handle the cork. The big slugger stands in. Left-handed Cuellar goes to the set position. He lets it go. High and inside, and the count goes full. Gehrig ready to take on Cuellar again. Cuellar gets set to work on him. The payoff pitch. Swung on, strike 3. That'll do it for New York. Nothing across. There were no errors. One left. They waste the base runner. No score. We head for the top of the second inning. For Baltimore, it'll be Murray, Robinson, and Singleton. Here's Murray to start it off. He'll bat from the left this time. Eddie, a strong hitter. Dickey sets up.
Chesbro brings it.
Swung on, and it's chopped down the first base line. Gehrig takes the high hop. He flips the
Chesbro
covering, and they get him. We have Robinson coming up to hit. None on, 1 down. Very dependable power. Robinson has patience. Pitcher
Chesbro
eyeing Robinson. Now he's ready. The offering from
Chesbro.
Robinson skies it to center. Should be routine. DiMaggio roams over for it and records the putout. 2 away. Singleton's up. Singleton, a fierce hitter. Now
Chesbro
ready.
The pitch.
Fouled off. Dribble back to the on-deck circle. Strike 1. So Singleton will get back in there. Catcher Dickey sets his target. The offering to Singleton. Popped up. Back toward the screen. Dickey throws off his mask. It's playable. And he covers it 3 away. So the Orioles go down 1-2-3. No score. The Yankees will get a try at the bottom of the second inning. DiMaggio, Dickey, and Nettles due up for New York. DiMaggio to lead it off for the Yankees. He swings from the right. Joe, a terrific slugger. DiMaggio now ready. Dempsey crouched down now. He wheels and deals. High fly ball to center. Bunbury drifts back. He's at the warning track. Taps the glove and brings it down. 1 down. Dickey's up. Watch out with Bill at the plate. Dickey is a guy who'll battle you to get on. Cuellar prepared to work. Cuellar
brings it.
Taken. Ball. Dickey walks. That was Dickey's first walk of the season. One gone. Second inning. 1 on. Nettles steps up to face Cuellar. Greg will hurt you. It would take power to score up Dickey. Nettles takes his stance. Cuellar focuses in on the target.
The pitch.
Strike called, and Dickey is off the bag. Dempsey fires down to Murray. He dives back in. Safe. That was close. So Nettles steps back in. Cuellar poised. Cuellar cranks it up. Smoke to right. Back on the ball goes Blair. Can he run it down? Yes, he can, and does. That's out number 2. Dickey retreats quickly as the throw comes in. The next Yankees batter is Rizzuto, right-hander. 2 outs. Dickey on first. Rizzuto, a fierce hitter. Rizzuto now ready. Dempsey set. The pitch. Easy bounce at Alomar. He's up with it. Over to Ripken, covering second. In time. 3 down. For the Yankees, 0-0-0. They leave 1. No score in the game. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Chesbro will now face the bottom of the Orioles lineup. Blair, Dempsey, and Cuellar coming up. Blair leading off the 3rd. Paul is a tough out. Blair in the box. Dickey sets up. The pitch. Fastball, high drive. Ruth is going back. It's playable. He's under it, and he pulls it in. 1 down. Orioles hitter Dempsey. Uncertain at the plate. He stands in. Dickey set. Chesbro to the wind. Swung on, hit to dead center field. DiMaggio is right there. Waits. And pulls it down. 2 gone. All right. Next up, pitcher Cuellar. Mike taking his first at bat of the season. Right-hander Chesbro. Ready. Chesbro kicks and deals. Routine fly ball to right. Mantle is there. He waits on it. Lowers the glove and makes the catch. 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Midway through the 3rd. We still have a scoreless tie as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. For New York, here in the 3rd, Chesbro, Azari, and Mantle. Here's Chesbro to lead it off. Jack taking his first at bat of the season. Cuellar looking home. The pitch is on the way. Chesbro started the swing. Did he hold up? They check with the first base ump. A base on balls from Chesbro. And that's already the 3rd walk issued by Cuellar. That was Chesbro's first walk of the season. Azari to face Cuellar. It would take power to score Chesbro. Cuellar comes set. Cuellar fires it in. Low and away. Ball 1. So Azari steps back in. Cuellar looking in at the target. The delivery. Fastball just inside. Ball 2. So Azari will get back in there. Dempsey ready to receive. The pitch to Azari. Shot on the ground toward short. Ripken scoops it up. Tosses it to Alomar for 1. And Alomar relays it to first to nip Azari. They turn it. Mantle now walks out to bat, hitting from the right side here. Mantle relaxes himself at the plate. Cuellar ready. And the pitch comes in. Cuellar loses him, and he trots down to first. Ruth is up next. Ruth waiting for Cuellar. Dempsey ready to receive. Cuellar into his motion. Delivers. Check swing. They check for the third base ump, and he didn't go around. Ball one. So Ruth will get back in there. Left-hander Cuellar ready. And the pitch. Ruth strokes this one. Oh, forget about it. Goodbye. A two-run dinger. So Ruth has his first homer of the season. The Yankees have their first two runs, and the Yankees go ahead by 2-0 here in the third. And that's the first base knock for the Yankees in this game. Gehrig up there. Gehrig waiting for Cuellar. Left-hander Cuellar ready. The pitch. Sends Gehrig. Wails this one. Hangs out a clothesline to deep right. Kiss it goodbye. Home run for Gehrig. Back-to-back homers for the Yankees. So they collect the solo homer, his first home run of the season, and the Yankees now lead 3-0. DiMaggio up the bat. Cuellar gets set to pitch. Cuellar into his motion. Delivers. Fastball. High. Free pass to DiMaggio. And Kyo takes first. Walk number 5 for Cuellar. That was DiMaggio's first walk of the season. 2 away. Third inning. 1 on. Dickey is out to take his hacks. Batter waits. Cuellar gets set to pitch. DiMaggio well off first. Here's a pitch. Bang to right. And it drops. Blair takes it on the hop. DiMaggio goes well around second. They're waving him on. And he gets over the third as the throw comes in. Dickey is on with a single. New York now sends Nettles to bat. 2 gone. Runners at the corners for New York. Cuellar will go to work on him. Cuellar comes home. Bloop towards second. Alomar is backing up. Bunbury is racing in, and it drops for a hit. DiMaggio scores. Dickey is well around second. The strong throw comes into Ripken, and they're holding Dickey at second. So the single drives in 1, and the Yankees add to their lead. It's now 4-zip ball game. Now coming to bat for the Yankees, Rizzuto. Cuellar prepared to work. The pitch. Ground ball to Murray. He scoops it up. Steps on first. Side retired. For the Yankees, 4 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors. 2 left. And they have captured the lead. The score now stands 4-0. Yankees as we head for the top of the 4th inning. We're at the head of the order for the Orioles. Chesbro will face Bunbury, Alomar, and Ripken. To get it going, Bunbury. Dickey crouched down now. And now the pitch. Grounded hard wide of third. Nettles just reaches it. Over to first. In time for the out. 1 down. Alomar comes up to bat. Chesbro looking home. The pitch. Alomar dribbles it toward third. Nettles will have to hurry. The snap throw to first. In time to retire Alomar for the second out. Ripken's up. Cal steps up. Catcher Dickey sets his target. He lets one go. Check swing. Soft blooper to right. Mantle races in. Azari races out. Mantle has it. There's a little dance. And Ripken is retired. 3 away. So the Orioles go down 1-2-3. Yankees still leading by 4. And we'll go to the home half. For New York, here in the fourth, Chesbro, Azari, and Mantle. Here's Chesbro to lead it off. Cuellar looking in at the target. The delivery from Cuellar. Routine grounded to second. Alomar scoops it, flips to first. Bad throw, but Murray gets his foot on the bag, and there's one away. Yankees hitter Azari. Batter ready. Catcher ready. Here he comes. Azari started the swing. Did he hold up? They check with the first base ump. A base on balls for Azari, and that's the 6th walk issued by Cuellar. That was Azari's first walk of the season. Mantle is the next hitter. Mickey steps up. Cuellar gets set to pitch. First baseman Murray perched right in front of the bag. Cuellar deals, check swing. They check with the first base ump. He punches him out. 2 away. Now at bat, Ruth. Batter set. Dempsey sets up. To the plate. Ruth bruises one, heading down the line in right. Blair is after it. He flags it down on the second bounce. Azari is one around second. They're waving him on, and he gets over to third as the throw comes in. And Ruth is on with a single. Second safety for Ruth. Next batter, Gehrig. Cuellar will go to work on him. Cuellar brings it to the plate. Wide of the mark, and Gehrig walks. The bases are loaded for Cuellar, his 7th walk. That was Gehrig's first walk of the season. All right, bases choked. 2 outs, up by 4. DiMaggio up to bat. Cuellar on the rubber. Cuellar now. DiMaggio grounds it toward short. Ripken darts to his right, and it skips past his outstretched glove. It rolls into left for a base hit. Azari scores. Ruth is around third. Gehrig is rounding second. They're waving Ruth in. Ruth scores. Gehrig holds second as the throw comes in. So the single drives in 2, and the Yankees take a big lead, 6-zip. Dickey is now up. And here comes Orioles manager Anderson. He's asking Cuellar for the ball. Anderson is bringing in Hall to face Dickey. He'll lose the platoon advantage. So Cuellar is yanked early. He goes only 3 2/3. The line on him, 6 runs. So far, on 6 hits, 2 homers, 7 walks. He struck out 2. He's responsible for the runners. He can only lose it. For Hall, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. They'll give him some innings. Hall is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Hall now set. The runners take their lead. Hall kicks and deals. Dickey pops it up behind the plate. Dempsey tosses the mask away. Drifts back near the stands. It's out of play. Strike one. Dickey stands in again. Hall looking in. Hall brings it home. Grounded to short. He's up with it. Flips to Alomar. It's second. And that's out number 3. For the Yankees, 2-2-0. They leave 2. So the force is with the Yankees. 4 complete here in New York. Yankees over the Orioles. 6-0. For Baltimore, it'll be Murray, Robinson, and Singleton. To get it going, Murray. Murray is a guy who'll battle you to get on. Chesbro prepared to work. He comes home. Lots of loft to this fly. Out towards Mantle. He's looking up for it. It falls right behind him. He's chasing it down. Murray is digging. He'll make third. Mantle just couldn't pick up the ball. And Murray never stopped running. They have to give Eddie the triple. Christmas comes early this year for Baltimore. The first hit in this game for Murray is first triple of the season. Robinson coming up. Catcher ready. Infield deep. Chesbro winds up. Hit hard toward the gap in right center. Mantle races back. He won't get it. It's off the wall. Murray trots home. And Robinson cruises into second. Double and an RBI. So the double scores 1. The Orioles are on the board. Score 6-1. Singleton is the next hitter. Singleton ready to bat. Dickey sets up. Here comes a pitch. He swings, but he held up. Nope, he went too far. Kent is down on strike. 1 away. Here comes Blair to take his cuts. Batter ready. Dickey ready to receive. Now Chesbro pitches. Base hit right field. It drops in front of Mantle. He has to play the long bounce. Robinson rounds third. The throw comes into Gehrig, and they're holding Robinson at third. Next batter, Dempsey. Dempsey takes his stance. Chesbro set. And they've got Blair off first. Chesbro fires. Picked clean. They had him leaning. 2 gone. Right-handed Chesbro goes to the set position. Chesbro with the pitch. The heater, it's in there. And Robinson is stranded. 3 down. For the Orioles, a run on 3 hits. 1 left on. They score, but still trail by 5. Yankees over the Orioles. 6-1. The Yankees will send out the bottom of the lineup. Nettles, Rizzuto, and Chesbro. Nettles to lead it off. Dempsey sets up. The pitch. Grounded to second. He's there. Plenty of time. 1 down. Next up, New York hitter Rizzuto. Rizzuto ready to bat. Hall looking home. The pitch. Rizzuto lofts an air job to left. Singleton and Montgomery range over. Singleton says he'll take it, and he covers it. 2 away. Chesbro bat in hand. Pitcher Hall set to go. He comes home. High fly ball right field. Blair trots over, taps the glove. Makes the catch. That's 3 away. No runs, no hits, no errors, and at the end of 5. The score still stands 6-1. Yankees as we head for the top of the 6th inning. For Baltimore, it'll be Hall, Bunbury, and Alomar. To get it going, Hall. Pitcher Chesbro set to go. Orioles skipper Anderson walking down the bench. Anderson is yanking Hall. Powell is enlisted to hit for him. Bats left. He grabs a bat. Heads out. Hall pitched 1 1/3. The game for Hall. No runs on no hits. Powell will start the 6th. Dickey sets up. The pitch. Hit to straightaway center field. Plenty of room. DiMaggio moves under it and takes it in. 1 away. Bunbury comes up to bat. Al can get on. Now Chesbro ready. Now the delivery. That's skied to right center. Medium deep. DiMaggio roams over. He calls. Can of corn. 2 down. Alomar up. Chesbro looking in. Chesbro into the wind. Oof! Alomar flails the air, but fails to make contact with the wall. He heads back to the bench. Side retired. So the Orioles are retired in order. The score still 6-1. Yankees leading. New York now will send out the top of the order. Azari, Mantle, and Ruth. Pappas is coming on in relief for Baltimore. For Pappas, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He'll try to hold him to let the Orioles get back in it. Here's Azari to lead it off. Pappas takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Dempsey sets up. Pappas now. Pappas misses. Ball 4. Azari will go to first. Mantle comes up to bat. Batter up. Right-handed Pappas goes to the set position. The delivery. Swung on. Big K. And Mantle is retired. 1 away. Ruth, bat in hand. Batter up. Pappas will go to work on him. The pitch. Just over the knees. The plate up. Thumbs him out. A pair of strikeouts for Pappas here in the 6th. 2 away. Yankees hitter Gehrig. Pappas comes set. First baseman Murray right on the bag. Pappas into his motion. Delivers. Cut on. It's a high fly. Straightaway center. Bunbury has it measured. This should do it. He brings it down, and that retires the side. That'll do it for New York. No runs on no hits. 1 left on. After 6, Yankees up by 5. New York will now face the heart of the Orioles lineup. Ripken, Murray, and Robinson coming up. Ripken will start the 7th. Ripken, a fierce hitter. Dickey set. The pitch comes in. Fisted to right by Ripken. Mantle will have to hustle. He's there and hauls it in. He made that look easy. 1 away. Now coming to bat for the Orioles, Murray. Murray is a guy who'll battle you to get on. Chesbro gets set to pitch. The pitch. Hot smash to third. Nettles gets his glove on it. Now the long throw. Gehrig scoops it on one hop, and Murray is retired. Nice play on both sides of the infield.
2 down.
Robinson getting ready to go.
Chesbro
Will go to work on him.
Chesbro
Into his motion. Delivers. Line drive base hit to right. Robinson rounds first, but Mantle wings it back into Pizzari, and Robinson will settle for a single. That's Robinson's second hit of the game. Singleton up there. Catcher Dickey sets his target. He lets one go. Low and away, and it jumps out of the catcher's mitt. He's after it. It didn't go far, and Robinson has to hold first. Ball 1. Singleton stands in again.
Chesbro
Staring in, ready to work. The pitch. Half swing, popped up. Rizzuto is over. He's under it, and he takes it in. That'll do it for Baltimore. Nothing across. 1 left on.
Yankees over the Orioles. 6-1.
Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch.
For New York.
It'll be DiMaggio, Dickey, and Nettles. Here's DiMaggio to start it off. DiMaggio ready to bat. Pitcher Pappas eyeing DiMaggio. Now he's ready. Pappas brings it to the plate. High pop fly. This one will bring rain. Robinson and Dempsey converge near the line. Dempsey is calling off Robinson, and he has it for the out in fair territory. 1 away. Dickey comes up to bat. Batter up. Pappas ready. The delivery from Pappas. Slashed into the hole. Ripken is ranging. Backhand stab. He's got it. Guns it to first for out number 2. Nettles up there. Right-hander Pappas ready. Here he comes. Swung on. A squiver in front of the plate. Pappas is in. Picks it up. Spins, fires to first in time. So the Yankees go quietly after 7. Yankees up by 5.
Chesbro
Will now face the bottom of the
Orioles.
lineup. Blair, Dempsey, and Pappas coming up. Blair leading off the 8. Only a miracle will do here.
Chesbro
Prepares to come home. The offering to Blair. He goes the other way. It's roped hard to right. Mantle is after it and takes it on the bounce. Blair has to hold first. He's on with a single. Second hit for Blair in the game.
Orioles.
Hitter Dempsey.
Chesbro
Looking in. Space on the right. Blair leading off. Here's a pitch. Dempsey is called out on strike. 1 away. Pappas up there. Right-hander
Chesbro
ready.
Orioles.
Skipper Anderson walking down the bench. Anderson is recalling pitcher Pappas. Gentile will bat in his place. Bats left. He shoulders the bat. Heads out. Pappas pitched 2 innings. The line on him. No runs. On no hits. Gentile to bat. Catcher ready. First baseman Gehrig right on the bag. The pitch swung on. Foul tip held by Dickey. Strikeout.
2 down.
Here comes Bunbury to take his cuts.
Chesbro prepares to come home.
Here comes the pitch. Bunbury bounces one toward short. Grabbed on 2 hops by Rizzuto. Makes the throw. And that retires the side. The half for the Orioles. No runs, 1 hit. They lead 1. They had a chance but could not convert. Yankees over the Orioles. 6-1. Rizzuto,
Chesbro,
and Azari to bat next. Martinez is coming on to pitch for the Orioles. For Martinez, this is his first appearance. He's a southpaw. Leading off, Rizzuto. Martinez takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Pitcher Martinez set to go. Here he comes. Well hit fly ball toward the gap. Singleton and Bunbury converge. Singleton calls him off and makes the catch. And that's the first out.
Chesbro
Comes up to bat. Batter up. Catcher ready. Here he comes. Banged to left center. Base hit.
Chesbro
Rounds first and holds with a single. Next up,
New York.
hitter Azari. Batter up. Left-hander Martinez ready. They're holding
Chesbro
about 2 feet from first. The pitch swung on. It's a number to the left of the mound. Martinez scoops it up, fires to second, then he gets him. And Azari is on at first. That's the second out. Next batter, Mantle. Martinez will go to work on him. Big hold on the right side. Azari takes a good lead. The offering to Mantle. 1 hopper back to the mound. Martinez up with it. Throws to first to retire the side. That'll do it for
New York. No
runs on 1 hit. 1 left. After 8, it's still 6-1. Yankees. The big hitters coming up against
Chesbro
2, 3, 4. Alomar, Ripken, and Murray. Here's Alomar to start it off.
Chesbro
Will go to work on him.
Chesbro
Into his motion. Delivers right in there. He's called out on strikes.
1 down.
Ripken comes up to bat. Now
Chesbro
ready. Here's the delivery. Slashed into the hole. Azari to his left. He has it. Over to Gehrig. Ripken is gone, and that's the second out. Now coming to bat for the
Orioles.
Murray. Batter up. Right-hander
Chesbro
ready.
The pitch.
Cut on. Ripped to right centered. Mantle gallops for it. He cuts it off. Murray wisely holds first. Second safety for Murray. Robinson walking up to bat. Batter up.
Chesbro
Staring in. Ready to work.
Chesbro
Over the offering. Bounced sharply to the left side. Rizzuto covers it. Flips it to Azari. And that does it.
Chesbro
Has a beautiful 6 hitter. He went the distance. Here's the line for the Yankees. 6 runs on 7 hits. No errors. They lead 8. for the Orioles. A run on 6 hits, no errors. And they leave 4. Chesbro gets the win, his first. Cuellar takes the loss, his first.
So the
Yankees
gain a step.
for the Yankees.
Overall, they now stand at
1-0. And this game is in the books. This is WAPBA and Ernie Harwell saying so long from New York. Final score, New York Yankees 6, Baltimore Orioles 1.
All right, hey, hopefully you guys can hear me. How's everybody doing tonight? It's been a while. Been quite a while, actually. There we go. Yep, showing the mic. Ah, there's Big Clue and Aaron Reed, McF. So yeah, I know I've been doing a lot of MLB The Show and stuff like that, but let me turn this crowd off here. Okay, thank you, Ernie. Ernie rocks. Ernie rocks. There we are. Hope everybody's doing well. My work schedule's been, yeah, there he is, Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans. My work schedule's been insane, guys. Just insane. So I'll be back Sunday to be doing some Howie Shanks baseball. I don't think there's been any games played since MV played after I passed the roster back to him, so. Only 900. Charlie Grimm of the Chicago Cubs. That's so Wagner. I mean, wow. I mean, I knew he batted cleanup sometimes, but I didn't. I mean, because it was a guess. But then I thought, wait a minute. I think Wagner batted third. But that is an awesome stat. Jeez. Well, that's your fault there, Jackass Whiskey. You know, that's sorry. I kind of feel sorry for you, but that's all right. We all like what we like and love what we love. They're the reason I'm a musician. Anyhow, back to baseball. So that is a crazy, crazy stat. So yeah, Big Clue. It could be that they were moved around a bit more. I don't know. Again, like I said, I saw a game in 1929 where Jimmy Fox was batting 7th. I mean, those 1929 A's were crazy, but batting 7th? I mean, you have a bat. I mean, I don't know. But so that number 2 hitter though, that kind of took me aback a little bit. I'm not taking anything away from Nellie Fox, but I think of a lot more guys in the number 2 slot that might have had that would have had more hits than Nellie Fox. At least I would have thought of. Curiouser and curiouser. You know what? This game, you can just in Baseball Egg. I've never even heard of that that website. Good God, it's just deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, isn't it? This game. And I don't care what the F-ball and other fans of the lesser sports say. You can't. Baseball is just. You can't go any deeper. I mean, there's just nothing like it. Nothing like it. And I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, but anyhow, I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a while. I mean, I miss doing like the, broadcasts and stuff. However, I figure with MLB The Show, you guys are actually getting really, really getting professionals. Getting professionals, so there you go. Hey, I just found a great source on here. They talk about going down the rabbit hole. If you guys are looking for photos, maybe for Action PC Baseball, you can find some really, really cool stuff on Baseball Reference. By the way, I'm just playing around in Baseball Reference while I'm talking to you. So baseballegg.com. Let me put that in there so I can bookmark it and get lost in that. Thanks, Big Clue. As if I needed something else to get lost in. Ah, it's a cool looking site. Most hits by bat, and there he is. There's the Flying Dutchman. All right, there's going to be all kinds of. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Big Clue. So luckily for me, I am off work from June 14th to 21st inclusive, and I plan to do lots of baseball reading, lots of baseball playing, and yeah, so yeah, right. That's true. So, I mean, at this point, I'm just not going to get any sleep. So, wow, so Jackass Whiskey. I don't know. You know what? Before answering your question, I will say this: I'm not taking away anything from Cy Young. I mean, I think he was a great pitcher, but and the rest of you guys can plug your ears because you've heard me say this 100 times. The Cy Young Award should be called the Walter Johnson Award. I mean, Cy Young won the most games of any pitcher, but I don't know. He also lost more games than any pitcher as far as Hall of Fame pitchers go. Not to take anything away from him, but how long did he pitch effectively? Baseball Reference, I guess. What do you mean by pitch effectively? I mean, we can look up Cy Young. We can do that. Pitched from 1890 to 1911, so not part of his career was played prior to what would be modern baseball. So it looks like if you look on Baseball Reference here, I mean, he had a crap ton of wins, and I mean, seasons, you know, 25 wins and above, even so many of them. You have the stretch here: 1901, 1902, 1903 for Boston. 1904, he wins 26 games. Back in 1892, he won 36 games. In 1895, 30. So, I mean, he was effective, but I mean, wins are also there's a lot to do with that. I don't know. I mean, ERA, Walter Johnson's got him beat hands down, earned run average, got him beat hands down. He was a fairly good strikeout pitcher, but Rube Waddell was even more devastating. I mean, and we don't even have to go into the other, later guys. Waddell struck out more players. As far as shutouts, he doesn't even come close to Walter Johnson. And Walter Johnson did it without run support. And that's why I think Walter Johnson was really the greatest pitcher of all time. And I don't care. You can make the arguments for Christy Mathewson, who was great, for Carl Hubble, who was great, and he was. Sandy Koufax, great pitchers. Bob Gibson, but these guys had run support. Walter Johnson didn't, and still dominated. So, the whole hullabaloo about Cy Young, he was a great pitcher, but he's just not for me. He's not Walter Johnson. So Walter Johnson is. Yeah, Cy Young is an icon, and again, not I'm not again not taking anything away from Cy Young at all. I mean, you still have to be a damn good pitcher to win that many games, but if you're a damn good pitcher and you're posting strikeouts and shutouts and crazy earned run average like Walter Johnson for crap teams, I mean, that's just something else. And I can't think of any pitcher in baseball history that did what Walter Johnson did. I mean, consistently year after year, right? I mean, so the Senators had a good team in 1913, and they had a good team in 1924, right? 1924, Johnson pitches in the series. Gutsy performance. He's a year, I think. Wasn't 1925 his final year? He didn't even play the full season because the Senators played the Pirates in that World Series, and Johnson didn't pitch. Johnson all the way. Christy Mathewson's brother. Well, he was related to Christy Mathewson, but you know, I mean, Randy Johnson. What an amazing pitcher he was. But Randy Johnson had a strong teams behind him. Well, I think Walter Johnson is. I mean, he's an anomaly, really. He really is. You know, even if you take pitchers who may not be as great, but we still consider great pitchers. Fernando Valenzuela had some strong Dodger teams behind him. Whitey Ford, and this is going to piss off Yankee fans, but Whitey Ford had some extremely powerful Yankee teams behind him. God, I mean, you know, so I'll take Walter Johnson, and I know that he tends, you know, sometimes gets rocked in these baseball sims, but I'll take the big train. I would take as my rotation the big train, Rube Waddell, um, any day over a lot of these guys, and I'd take Ed Walsh as my number 3 starter, and that'd be all right. Too bad I couldn't get that in the old Shanks League. Thank you, Big Clue. You know what? I said one time on here that Whitey Ford was overrated, and man, did I get jumped. Not by Cousin Ken or anybody like that, but some other folks. They're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Whitey Ford, the chairman of the board, man, he's the chairman of the board. I said, yeah, great nickname. And of course he was a good pitcher. I mean, you know, bordering on a great pitcher, but holy hell, man, you have Mantle, you have Maris, you have Skowron. You have that kind of lineup, you're going to win games. You're going to win games. Exactly. Yeah, because the best offense in the league, was on his team. Absolutely. Absolutely, Big Clue. Yeah. So, was Whitey Ford a damn fine pitcher? Yes. Does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, he does. But I remember you talking, Big Clue, some months ago about sort of these tiers of great pitchers, and I think if you look at great pitchers, you know, I think that certainly Walter Johnson, Rube Waddell, they're two that belong in that top tier. I'd say Carl Hubbell, Lefty Grove belong in that company as well. Um, then you get that next tier, what have you. I mean, you know, like Eddie Plank. I think Eddie Plank is that sort of second tier. Dizzy Dean, maybe a third tier even. Um, but yeah. That being said, I'm counting up Walter Johnson, but what about Satch Paige? Yeah, he is not an inner circle Hall of Famer. He's really not, and I know that. No, I haven't. Sorry, Jack Aslowski. I have not seen it. I have not seen it. Um, but anyhow, you know, Rube Marquard, one might even argue that he's probably in there because he was in the same pitching staff as Christy Mathewson. Joe McGinnity certainly belongs in there. But again, those Giants, you know, and who Christy, and I'm not taking anything away from Christy Mathewson. What a great pitcher. Definitely inner circle. I mean, he belongs. He was in that inaugural class with Walter Johnson. But even he didn't accomplish what Walter Johnson did, and no pitcher has. And the way today's game is now that we're doing quality starts as opposed to complete games, I don't think any pitcher ever will do what Walter Johnson did. Yeah, Eddie Seacott does belong in the Hall of Fame. I totally agree with Big Clue. Seacott and Shoeless Joe on that White Sox team definitely should be Hall of Famers. There's probably one or two other guys you could make a case for Hall of Fame because certain guys like Mazeroski are in there, and Rick Farrell is in there, but definitely Seacott. I mean, guy was just tough pitcher. But again, Eddie Seacott also had many baseball historians consider that 1917 White Sox team as one of the greatest of all time, and Seacott was on that team. So, Everybody thinks of the 1919 White Sox, but you look at the record, the 1917 squad actually was more formidable. But Cy Young, I mean, Cy Young, I don't even think was he in the inaugural class of the Hall of Fame? I don't know. Anyhow, I mean, good old Denton True Young, there he is. But there's a thing on here. I guess it's on StatHead where you can compare, do a head-to-head comparison of players. Um, but yeah, all right. So he had 2 earned run average titles, and he was in the 1903 World Series. He won 511 games, and he won a shit ton of games. He lost a shit ton of games. So his overall winning percentage, right, is .619, and his earned run average, which I know we should be going by ERA plus, which we could. So his career earned run average plus is 138 now. And I'll bring this over here. I'm looking at doing this stuff here. So there he is. And then the big train. All you have to do is type Walter, and there he is. I mean, oh my God, look at the numbers, man. Look at the numbers. So he still holds the all-time still. And actually, okay, Johnson actually pitched in 26 to 27, but I don't recall that he actually pitched in the 25 World Series. Maybe he did, and I didn't know. But look at this. He still holds the all-time record for shutouts. Strikeouts, 3,509. Look how many years he led the leagues in strikeouts. Cy Young didn't do that. Look at these wins and losses, and these were not with good teams. I mean, the 1919 Washington Senators, he went 20-14. His win-loss percentage is .599, 417 wins, 279 losses. Just incredible. I know I'm preaching to the choir here. But when anybody mentions Cy Young, I immediately bring up Walter Johnson. Just going by old-fashioned earned run average, 2.17. His black ink is crazy, what Bill James would say. Look at that. It's like a bunch of ants on the page, man. Am I caught up here in the stream? Yes, I am. Oh, Mathewson? Yes. Yep. Oh, yeah. And old Pete? Absolutely. But this black ink is incredible for him. And when you go way down at the bottom and you start seeing how Johnson compares to other Hall of Famers, right? 17 seasons in the top 10 for WAR for pitchers, 14 seasons in the top 10 in earned run average, in wins. His win-loss percentage in 1913 probably Johnson's best year, I guess. His win-loss percentage was .837. In 1924, the only year the Senators won a World Series, he was first in the league. And that. Strikeouts per 9 innings. Holy hell. In 1910, he was mowing them down 7.614 per 9 innings. God, could you imagine facing him? Complete games, well, we know that's like nothing anymore. God. Okay, so for pitching, his black ink, he is rated 150. He is first all time. The average Hall of Famer is a 40, and Johnson's 150. Hall of Fame monitor, he's first among all pitchers at 364, and a likely Hall of Famer rates at about 100. Hall of Fame standards, right? The average Hall of Famer is 50. Johnson's an 82. And similar pitchers, look at the company that these guys are in. Everybody here is a Hall of Famer. Everybody here. And some of these I would be, well, I don't know. There's Don Sutton. There's Warren Spahn. I mean, all these guys that are in here deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But just an insane career. Scary. Oh my God, they have pitching logs in here. I didn't know that. Anyhow. Yeah, black ink nearly 4 times the average. And yet it's called the Cy Young Award. And Cy, we love you. We do. We really, really do. His pitcher value here is crazy. And you look at this group. Look at this rate, guys, from 1913, 1914, 1915, 1916. I mean, Johnson was just a beast. Just a beast. And granted, the 1913 Senators had a very, very good team. And you know what? That's reflected in his won-loss record. Look what Johnson did when he had run support. Okay, in 1913, he was 36 wins, 7 losses. 36 and 7. And Washington that year finished second. They were 90 and 64 that year. And he had some good guys behind him, Clyde Millen. There's all kinds of good guys here. Again, he had a lot of speed behind him. Hey, there's Howie Shanks, by the way. Yay, Howie. There he is. Where's Howie? I know, I'm going off on tangents now, but I know, because everybody wants to see Howie Shanks. There he is, the founder of our league. Big Clue says something about I got it. Where'd it go? Yep. So Young had, he did. He had 1,400 more innings pitched than any of these other guys. Yeah. So years ago, news writer, commentator poo-pooed Walter Johnson for what? What could you possibly? Oh my God! I mean, what? Maybe because he might not have been, as they say, a patch or something on maybe modern players. I mean, look at this. He was a Triple Crown, the pitching Triple Crown 3 times, a 2-time MVP, 5 ERA titles, only in 1 World Series, but so was Cy Young. This man, with the possible exception of Satch Paige, and again, with Satch Paige, he never unfortunately had the chance, right? Because we may be talking about in the same breath, and we could, I think, anyhow, Walter Johnson, Satchel Paige. But I don't know. As far as just the baseball history, Major League Baseball history, no one's done what he's done, and no one will. I think he's. But everybody knows Cy Young. But outside of our group here, or maybe some of the other folks here, right? But go ask the average baseball fan who was Walter Johnson. They'll say, well, his name was Randy Johnson, or something. I don't know. Patrick Roos was his name. Don't know if he's still alive. Well, he's an Egypt. I'm sorry that Patrick's a bit of an Egypt. I'd love to hear his arguments, what he felt about Walter Johnson. I mean, Johnson was pitching against just absolutely astounding players. I mean, Johnson was facing Ty Cobb. He was facing Tris Speaker. He was facing Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth could hit. I mean, it's not like, I mean, he pitched against George Sisler, for God's sake. He was pitching against great, great hitters, and with no run support. And you can almost see how crappy the Senators were in some of these years, and Johnson still, I mean, his second full years in the majors, he's 14 and 14. But then, it really starts picking up around 1910. It's like, you gotta be crazy, How about Cy Young versus Rube Waddell? And Rube Waddell had a much shorter career too. Really not a long career yet. Look at that black ink. Not as considerable as Walter Johnson, but still just insane. I mean, for decades he held the all-time strikeout record. And in 13 years, Rube Waddell strikes out 2,316. Yeah, he didn't win as many games or anything like that, but his won-loss percentage is still respectable. I would put Waddell above Cy Young, too. I really, really would. He's not as dominant, I would say, as far as. But again, the likely Hall of Famer's 100. Hall of Fame monitor Waddell was 138. Cy Young just doesn't have these type of numbers. But so to answer your question, I mean, he pitched effectively most of his career, but most of these greats did. I mean, Rube Waddell, 1902, 3, 4, 5. So he's got 4 straight 20-game win seasons. He wins 19 in 1907 and 1908. He died in 1914, but he was already out of baseball. Drinker, the whole thing. But I mean, his whip is fine. Complete games. And Waddell went out there to pitch, man. 1903, 34 complete games. So yeah, I don't know. Minnesota Twins are going to put up a statue of Johnson. Roos discounted them. This dude's an idiot. He's an idiot, man. Are you serious? Consider this as big clue. Walter Johnson went 417 and 279, 599 lifetime. In his career, the Senators went 462 without him. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's a differential of plus 137 better than the rest of his team for 21 years. So I'm guessing Patrick Roos was probably an F-ball fan and doesn't know crap about baseball. What about that? I'd like to find out. I'd like to find out who this dude is and write him and say, listen, what the hell are you even talking about, man? Are you sure you're not thinking about Bob Johnson, the siding salesman, perhaps? Or, Frank Johnson, the magistrate from the Ninth Ward in Chicago or something? I don't know. You might have a Hall of Fame vote. Well, then that would explain a lot, because if you've got guys like that, big clue, then I think that answers a lot about what's wrong with the Hall of Fame. And all Bill James really needed to do was just list all those names. And here's what's wrong. It was like, when is this? Oh, let's see who this dude is, because I have to know now. Cousin found him. Says he grew up in Fulton, Minnesota. Writes for the Star Tribune in Minneapolis. Okay, so he's still around. Okay, he's born in 1980. Blah blah blah. Okay, but what? The Ride with Ruse. Okay, just trying to see. Oh, co-hosted Sports Talk. Blah 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 blah. So weekly podcasts. Roos and Judge Unchained. Oh, I gotta find that, man. I gotta go troll this dude. Maybe he's coming to our chat. I wonder. What do you think? Garage Logic podcast. Okay. But really, oh whoa. So he was one of the 3 finalists for the J.G. Taylor Spink Award 2020 Baseball Hall of Fame balloting. I've never heard of this guy. So he's in the Minnesota Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Okay. You know what? I'm writing that guy. I am seriously gonna write you guys. I'm writing him, and I'm gonna get the letter. I'll scan the damn thing, or if it's an email, whatever. I'm gonna actually send him a letter, postage, hand addressed, right? Because the dude gets a billion emails. I'm gonna write to him and email him. I want to say, hey, what's this about you and Walter Johnson? What's the deal? I'd be curious to know. He never would. He's a big time dude from Minnesota. He's not going to come on this piddling little channel. But wouldn't it be fun to get him on one of the larger channels like Digital to Dice, which I know Dave and Ron don't go after sports writers or whatever. But Ken, do you even know this dude? I mean, is he a friend? If he's a friend of yours, Ken, I'm sorry, he's still an idiot. And I'm not going to buy his autobiography. There's his number. Holy shit. Hey, Ken, you're killing me over here. So, Ken, if he's a friend of yours, dude, I'm sorry, but he's an idiot. He's an idiot. But at least if what Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans is saying to us, that this guy is, like, slamming on Walter Johnson? God. Bless it. Seriously? He probably hates Hannes Wagner, too, so. I'm writing him. So Ken's not answering me. I'm afraid, I hope I haven't insulted a friend of Ken's, but he might be a nice guy, but geez, I don't know. Not a friend. Colleague did beat him in the Spinks War. Right, Nick Cafato. I saw that in the article that you sent. Holy hell. I mean, come on. Look at all these years he's like, whatever. So, like, okay, so let's look at 1912, right? So he goes 33 and 12. So who beat him that year in balloting? So look at the two guys. So Tris Speaker and Ed Walsh beat out Walter Johnson that year. He got as far as MVP. And look at the guys that he finished ahead of. I mean, my God, Smokey Joe Wood, Eddie Collins, Homer Baker, Ty Cobb, Shoeless Joe. Wow. Sam Crawford. I don't know what this guy's. I don't know what he's smoking, man. I don't know. I don't think I want to know. Anyhow, what's it matter? I'm writing this guy, though. I'm telling you. I am writing this guy. What's up? Must be the cold Minnesota. I'm writing his phone number down. I'm going to call him. I'm seriously going to call this dude. I'm going to be very nice, and I can code switch. Speak to this guy like I got me a PhD. 6-1. Blah. Watch YouTube's going to have a bird, but you know what? His phone number's a matter of public record. Nice. Patrick Roos, huh? All right. I'm doing it. I have to. I mean, not right now. Dude's sleeping. What time is it in Minnesota? It's 12:43, so he's sleeping. He's getting his beauty sleep. I'll let you know, guys, how it works. How it works out. I'm writing this guy and calling him. Maybe I'll find one of his podcasts. Maybe he'll have another go at Walter Johnson. Here's a question: Did they put a statue of Walter Johnson in Minnesota? Did it happen? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, well. Minnesota, that explains it. I would hope that Minnesota should be proud that that pitcher is associated with their ball club. So you don't know if there ever was. Well, let me see. Google's your friend. Okay. Is there a statue of Walter Johnson at Target Field? Let's see. Let's see, man. Yes, there is. So it looks like old Patrick. Oh wait, let's see. They got Kirby Puckett. Where else? Is he? Come on. U.S. Canadian Baseball Statues Database. So this is an offbeat group. Okay, this Okay, don't put it in alphabetic order or anything, guys. Oh, that list is too long to go through. There is a picture up here, though, and I wonder if that's Walter Johnson. Images for, is there a statue of Walter Johnson? Yep, there is. There is. There it is. But it's in Washington, D.C. So it's at the Nationals ballpark. I'll show it to you guys here. There it is. There's Walter. There it is. I lost you guys, though. Somewhere. Yeah, who am I talking to here, man? I lost you guys, man. No, I didn't. You guys can see it. And bring it over here. I want everybody to see it. Roos was not proud of Walter Johnson. He's an idiot. There it is. Oh, oh my goodness! The statue one of baseball's greatest pitchers looked like something out of a sci-fi horror movie. Well, I don't know, but anyhow, it's right outside where the Nats play. So. I think what I think what the sculptor was trying to catch was Johnson's delivery. So I don't know. I don't think it looks that terrible. Do I want a free book? No, not really. I have enough books. Hey, there's another one. Rockville unveils statue of Walter Big Train Johnson. So Rockville, Maryland. Looks like this was carved or something. Minnesota, home of the Coleman brothers, Robert Piercyk, Terry Gilliam, Dr. Demento, and Stifler, not to mention all the wacko politicians. Okay, you gotta love Terry Gilliam though, and the Coen brothers. So you gotta come on. But listen to the local sports station. I don't know. You know what? Is there a chance? Do you think maybe that this guy, this dude, this baseball guy, was maybe just having a go at everybody? Let's honk people off. Let's try to raise our ratings and say that Walter Johnson was shite. What do you think about that? A kind of wannabe Howard Stern. Or Don Imus. Is that was his name? Yeah. Yes, and Bob Dylan's from Minnesota. Absolutely. But this guy's not brilliant. I'm sorry. I mean, if what Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans is saying, you should probably Google, did Patrick Roos like Walter Johnson? Let's do it. Damn it, let's do this. Let's see. There's got to be some shit out there. Let's see. What did Patrick, Reusse, say about Walter Johnson? Don't you just love it? Everything is just out here. Burt Blyleven. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So this is an article, gentlemen, from our friend. 40 years ago, baseball. Okay. Bob Fowler, blah, blah, blah. 9 years, sports writer's life. Those are the Golden Years twins. Steve Braun, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, Fowler switched. What? What? Wait a minute. So somebody asked him about, okay, so this person, Fowler, whatever, picked up and started having me compare other twins to all-timers. Burt Blyleven or Walter Johnson. Blyleven, no contest, I said. Seriously? This is funny. Oh, come on, really? There's nothing else. And he said he had to think of. But here I wonder if he's having a go. Look, Because, right, this person, he's talking about who's Fowler, right? Bob Fowler, whoever that is, I guess he's a writer, left for the Minneapolis Star after the 1973 Twins season, and he was granted the baseball beat for the St. Paul papers, so he wasn't good enough in Minneapolis. Okay, so we know that, I guess. I don't know. But do you think he was just having a go at this guy? So, because right here, so this guy Fowler, what was his name again? Bob Fowler. He said, started with me telling Steve Braun that he was a better hitter than Ty Cobb, and that legendary players from days of yore would be physically overmatched chumps in the 1970s. Okay, that's stupid too, because I would argue that those players, had they had the training methods of today, would have been just as great. They were great athletes. But is he having a go at this guy? Can you really, really make a case that Bly Levin is a greater pitcher than Walter Johnson? No, and I'm not even going to waste your time. And he says he has to think. I looked at Sergio, mumbled about, he's comparing Sergio Ferrer to Hannes Wagner. Who the hell is Sergio Ferrer, for one thing? I don't know, man. I think he's having the mick. He's got to be having the mick, or because if he seriously has to think about who's greater, Hannes Wagner or what, Sergio Ferrer, or he's got to think Bert Blyleven. I mean, come on, Bert was a good pitcher and the first Dutchman to make it to the Hall of Fame, but from Holland, but really, oh my God. Oh well. I don't know, man. I think he's doing a little shock jock stuff. What do you think? I think we need a picture of him. What's he look like? What's he look like? There he is. Hey, dude. What's up? Ah, well. Anyhow, he's a happy man, isn't he? His argument that Johnson only had one pitch and his velocity would be exceptional modern times. I mean, tell that argument to Mariano Rivera. So it's interesting listening to baseball players with real jobs because the strike of '94, Chipper Jones was on talk radio in Atlanta. Okay, so he's a top prospect. I'm not even going to look. So even if he made it to the show and he had a good career, come on. All right. Yeah, why not? I mean, I've got the time. I'm not holding anybody here at gunpoint, that's for sure. All right, Sergio Ferrer. Oh, well, yeah, let's see, come on, he played from 1974 to 1979. Let's bring it over here because there might be a Sergio Ferrer fan in here. Okay. So, he has absolutely no black ink. Okay, yeah. Yeah, boy. Okay, yeah, I can see how you could make the argument that a 0.2, right, yeah. War? Yeah, I mean, come on, Wagner. Wagner couldn't tie this guy's spikes, could he? This guy had to be taking the mick. Really? Sergio, I'm not picking on you, buddy. You're 72 years old. It's all good. Oh, I know. There it is. It's like, I mean, do I really? No, I don't have to. No, I think Patrick, man. I'm serious. It's got to be some shock jock stuff. You got to be kidding me. Okay, look. All right. Sergio, yeah, forget it. But let's look at old Bert, huh? So Bert Blyleven, right? He's a Hall of Famer, three-time All-Star, pitched in 2 World Series. Let me see. He's got spots here and there, some black ink. Okay. So 60 career shutouts. Yeah, not bad. So he went what? 287 and 250. So I mean, Blyleven's not even, as you would say, I have to figure out where Zest is because I lived in the Netherlands. Um, but not even an inner circle pitcher. But apparently, according to Patrick, Blyleven is a greater pitcher than Walter Johnson with an ERA of 3.31. Right? I mean, he pitched. I mean, he struck out some hitters, man. He struck out some hitters. You know, Bert's there. Bert's also 72. He shares that with Sergio, by the way. In case anybody's interested, Sergio Ferrer and Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven are both 72 years old. How's that sound? Which is nothing wrong with being 72. Oh, maybe he thinks Bert Blyleven is better. Oh, so do I. I like Bert. He played for the Bucks, man. We had him for what, 1978, 1979. We had Blyleven. Now, okay, it could be, guys. Let's be fair. He was a two-time All-Star. Oh, but wait a minute. There wasn't an All-Star game when Walter Johnson played. Oh, okay. So he was in 2 World Series. No, man. I'm sorry. Well, was he? Let's look at Blyleven's early years. So he went 10-9, 16, 15, 17, and 17. Question is all right. And different game, I get it. Or not different game, but whatever. So we could bring up another tab and do a side-by-side comparison if we want. I know you can compare 2 players. I think that's in StatHead. I have to go into StatHead to do that, and I don't really feel like it. I don't know. I think he was having a bit of fun. He had to be. There's no way you could say that with a straight face. Just no way. Just looked at Walter Johnson's record versus team compared to Young's record versus team. Walter Johnson was .137 better than his team. Young was .1.25 better than his. Not as impressive as the big train. I always liked that Ty Cobb story of how he hit off Johnson. And I always remember that every time in our baseball sims when somebody gets hit by Walter Johnson. Because he wouldn't throw inside. Now, I like Bert Blyleven. I think this Patrick guy had to be having fun with people. Seriously. Getting attention. Because there's no such thing as bad publicity. It's one of the first things you learn in show business and marketing and whatever. All publicity is good. Just look at politicians. God, you got one guy that's under what? How many 132 charges so far, felony charges in just one case. And the dude's running for president again. So I'm not being political. I'm just saying. It's look at Martha Stewart. She served prison time. She comes out. She's more popular than ever. Posed for Sports Illustrated. I mean, that's well, Martha, man, good on her. Good on her. Jackass Whiskey says the thing that pissed him off with Roos, and I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. If Clinton was here, he'd correct me. It looks like I think it's a French name. Anyhow, he discounted all the Senators players before they moved to Minnesota. Really? So Goose Goslin? So he would discount Goose Goslin, Joe Judge, who was a pretty fine player. Who the hell else, man? Sam Rice played for the Senators for a while, didn't he? Yeah. By Roos's logic, Roos's sports writing couldn't hold a candle to a 25-year-old sports writer today. Wow. Reuse. As in, this logic has been recycled from other bad arguments. What does he? I don't know. Does somebody from Washington like owe this dude money or something? Okay, so we're gonna discount Goose Goslin because apparently he sucked. May his memory be eternal. He died in 1971. Played the first part of his career with the Senators. Played up to 1920, 1930. 1930, he's traded to St. Louis Browns. Played for 3 years with them. Back with Washington, and then goes to the Tigers and finishes at Washington. Not a bad player. Let's see who else was. I said Sam Rice, didn't I? Hall of Famer. Washington. Got some black ink, but apparently he sucks. Really? There's some black ink there for Sam Rice. Shirley Povich. There's a great writer. Shirley Povich would kick this guy's ass. What a great writer he was. Who else was? I mean, I don't think he's not Hall of Fame, but let's see. Joe Judge played for the. He was a senator. Not a great player by any stretch of the imagination, but a lifetime 298 hitter. That's not shabby. He wasn't a home run hitter, only hit 71 home runs. But come on, this guy had a 20-year Major League Baseball career. I mean, he only led the league in one thing ever, 130 games played in 1918. Oh, Joe Judge. Who else? Who else was it? Who else was great senator before they packed up? Good luck and don't call me Shirley. Big Clue channeling his inner Leslie Nielsen there. Wow. But, I mean, go back one page, really. He thinks Sam Rice sucks? Is he nuts? Sam Rice, 19 of his 20 seasons were spent in the Senators. Led the league, let me see. Again, not, right? Led the league twice in hits. This guy could steal some bases. 351 lifetime steals. Not shabby. What? Eddie Collins. What? Eddie Collins. Well, Eddie Collins stole a bit more than that, obviously, but the great Eddie Collins. I guess he would hate Eddie Collins if Eddie Collins was a senator, right? Yeah, Eddie Collins, he's more the elite in steals, but what's he lead in? Oh, sacrifice hits, which I guess isn't a stat anymore. Wow, but let's go back here. I really shouldn't be up this late, but I don't have to be at work till 12:30. What Hall of Famers is he most like? Let's see. So Rod Carew, Fred Clark, Zach Wheat, Tony Gwynn, Jim O'Rourke, Sam Crawford, all these people similar to Sam Rice. Everybody except Jimmy Ryan are Hall of Famers. Willie Keeler, Jesse Burkett, Frankie Frisch. So if this guy is saying, and if he means this, then he's saying that anybody that played prior to a certain year sucked. Yeah, big clues is, I guess, Killebrew, Allison, Earl Batty, Camilo Pascual, right, magically turned into Superman. They left the capital and set foot in the land of 10,000 lakes. Apparently so. Apparently so. So he would not be a fan of Rod Carew. Well, of course, no, wait. He would be because Carew was a Minnesota Twin. But he wouldn't be a fan of Fred Clark, old-time Pittsburgh Pirate, Zach Wheat, old-time Brooklyn Dodger. What about this Tony Gwynn fella? He would like him because Gwynn played in the modern era. Would hate Jim O'Rourke, of course. Wouldn't like Sam Crawford. And Jimmy Ryan wasn't a bad player. Frankie Frisch, one of the greatest of all times. Willie Keeler. So I guess all these guys sucked. Damn those silent generation stars. What did they know? He's the original boomer cursing, or the original millennial cursing out the boomers, right? That's funny. Oh well, Sam, that's all right. You're fine. You're fine in my book, pal. He's got to be messing around. He's got, because I don't know. I just think in that article, the Sergio Ferrer thing, that's when he's like, "Well, I got to think about it." I mean, yeah, come on, come on, come on, come on. Big Clue says, we got a couple weeks ago, I mentioned the silent generation in a conversation at work, and a coworker said they're called that because they had invented sound for movies on the right. Oh, ouch. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Mick. You wish you had an IP. No, see, that's why my channel never grows, is because I'm like, among other things, a crap broadcaster, and I totally own it, and I'm super opinionated, man. So yeah, I know, Mick. You'll probably end up leaving the fold. I hope you don't, but oh no, man, it's just nonsense. I'm sorry. I had an argument on a baseball group, and some dude is trying to tell me that Ozzie Smith was a greater shortstop than Hannes Wagner. I'm like, what? What? He was a great shortstop, but seriously, Ozzie Smith wasn't even a greater shortstop than Archie Vaughn. Ah, whatever. Whatever. So he doesn't count the Senators World Series win as a counting as a Twins record. Well, I mean, you know what? There are two versions of the Washington Senators. One of them became the Texas Rangers, but the original one became the Minnesota Twins. Ah, I don't know. He's having the Mick. He's having the Mick. He's got to be. Thanks, Mick. Mick says don't change. Well, I got to tell you, Jackass Whiskey, that's 207 where I am. That was worth staying up for. This guy cannot be serious. He can't be. He can't be. But I'm only going on one article. You've heard him, I guess, go off, and he didn't want a Walter Johnson statue. So he's either a shock jock guy or he's in Egypt. He does have a Hall of Fame vote. I know, and I'm like, I'm like this dude that has only 337 subscribers to this little YouTube channel that, right? I get it. I get it. Get it. Still. He probably doesn't even know who the hell Sam Rice was. I'm still going off about Sam here because Sam, forgotten Hall of Famer here. Just kind of like Elmer Flick, forgot. But we can't bring up Elmer Flick because Elmer Flick wasn't a Washington Senator. He was a Cleveland Indian, Guardian, whatever. Yeah, I know. So Jackass Whiskey is saying that he's not a shock jock, that he actually means this, like shock. I'm just using that, right? All right. I've got to look for this dude's podcast. Too bad we can't restream it on here. We could have a laugh. So I don't know. Hey, maybe he lurks in this channel every once in a while. So Patrick, listen, man. I don't want you to feel bad about this, but you're a moron, dude. Seriously. So there you are. I mean, in my opinion, you're a public figure, sir. So I can say that. But yeah. Oh well. Any other thing? So he's not only wrong, he's a coward. You can see why. He's a private voter. So he doesn't reveal his ballot. Why not? Have some balls, man. Have some balls. See, I didn't vote for this guy because wow. Oh well. What are we gonna do, baseball fans? What are we gonna do? Yeah, it's the great unwashed, man. Let's close this. You know what though? I spent today in 90-degree heat unloading a damn semi trailer, and this guy's got his own radio show and all this kind of stuff. So I think I'm the one that's gotta. I guess I gotta get my shit together or something. I don't know. But that's all right. That's all right. We had fun. That was fun. That was fun. So there are three demographics of voters, socially speaking: the pre-release public voters, the post-release public voters, and the private voters. You can guess the average quality of the ballot for each set. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Funny story. Is this about Richard Harris, or are we still on Patrick Reuse? I like that. I think I keep that. So by his logic, is Byron Buxton better than Tony Leva? Probably, and probably Mario Mendoza. Mario Mendoza certainly better than like Joe DiMaggio, right? Why would he fight against what I want to know is why does he hate? Oh, it's about air conditioning, but this is still fun. Why does he hate the old Washington Senators? Why? I mean, the story of Walter Johnson's coming on in relief in the 1924 every bit as an amazing, beautiful, gutsy story as what Pete Alexander did in the 1926 World Series. Johnson came in and did it. He did it, man. Screw this dude, man. This Patrick Rios. Bite my arse. All right, what's your story about air conditioning? Oh, my God. All right, so Sergio Barrett, when we do the next Shanks 3.0 Big Clue, I'm going to make sure I get one of those, 1972 or 73 Twins, wherever Sergio played. And if I get like the 1908 Pirates, I'm going to pass up Hannes Wagner in hopes of getting Sergio. I forgot his name already, but there you go. I'm going to get him. I'm going to have him instead of Wagner. Or Pop Lloyd. Pop Lloyd's kicking ass, man. How can he hate Washington? He probably voted for some of the clowns who were there. That's it. That could be it. That could very well be it. Okay, so Jackass Whiskey's telling us he said he had a mini split installed a year ago. Sergio Ferrar. Okay, the illegitimate older son of Jose. There you go. Wow. Oh man, that's it. Now I have to do a Washington Senators game some night here. The old Washington Senators. I can do it on Baseball for Windows since they have their own. I'll put them. I'll wait till they play the Minnesota Twins and we'll have fun with that. I don't know, man. I don't know. We could go to what is it? IMDb. God, I had too much time on my hands at night, don't I? Let me see. RoboCop. Let's see if there was a. This is the 1987 one. Peter Weller, of course, one of my heroes. Big Peter Weller fan. Awesome in Sons of Anarchy, by the way. Well, maybe he played a small part. Oh, yeah, Miguel. There it is. You're right. Yes. He played Bob Morton. Big clue. He played Bob Morton, according to IMDb and RoboCop. Hey, I didn't know Ronnie Cox was in it. How about that? Kurtwood Smith, who was a Star Trek actor. Pretty cool. Anyhow, enough of that. Hey, John Haber. Nice to see you, man. Christopher Slovic. Hey, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. So your air conditioner was extremely hot. So guys, we're just having Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans was telling us about a stellar sports writer in the Minneapolis St. Paul area who Christopher's almost back. Yep. So you guys can, if you want to scroll back really quickly and see, his big clue was kind of echoing my. He's bringing up his own rant, and I'm ranting on here. This guy is like saying Burt Blyleven was a greater pitcher than Walter Johnson. So Um, I don't know. Read an article where he thought he had to think about the choice between Sergio Ferrer or whatever, and Hannes Wagner. And according to Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans, this illustrious sports broadcaster, journalist, whatever, they wanted to put a statue of Walter Johnson, I guess, at Target Field or somewhere in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, and this guy was like very vocal against it. So you hadn't changed the mode in the mini split, no matter how low you put the amp output of hot air. Well, that's weird. How about that? So, Christopher, are you like, when's your flight back to the United States? Eddie Van Halen. Van Halen, which is actually how you say it in Dutch. Van Halen. You thought you bought a lemon. Okay. Okay, so 5 June, Monday. Nice. All right. Chris, are you going to do any games when you're back here? Like, or did you left all your gear in Pakistan, I guess? John, how are you doing? John Haber. Rare that I get to see John Haber in the old. We did 2 games tonight, John. So. Oh, so everything is back in. Is still staying there in Islamabad. All right. It was just the mode, cool and heat. Nice. You'll be watching me. All right. Yeah. All right. You glutton for punishment. Sure. I'll be on here with my usual stumbling self and miscalling who's on base and getting off on tangents while the batter has aged 5 years and will soon be able to collect his major league pension. Yeah. So, I'll be watching you. Yep, Sting. Funny. Funny. Oh my God. What a group. Is Cousin Ken still with us here? Cousin Ken might have. I don't know. He's probably rolling up a game. He's been rolling up games like a fiend, which is good. Break out the Bob Uecker cough mic. Anyhow, thank you for the. I don't know. That was fun, Jackass Whiskey. And I mean, an interesting air conditioning story. I wouldn't know a mini split if it hit me on the head, but um, that's awesome. Wouldn't know one. Seriously. I mean, I think Dave Lennox should be a saint, didn't he? Isn't he the guy that invented air conditioning? Why hasn't the Catholic Church and the Orthodox churches? Why haven't those churches? And I'm Orthodox. Why haven't we sainted Dave Lennox? That's what I want to know. Richard Harris. There you go. How about that, Richard Harris? If I didn't know better, I'd think you were Richard Harris, except he's dead. So, but Richard Harris, great Irish actor, indeed. Yeah, Bob Uecker, man, Bob Uecker, smart guy, good guy, smart guy. He maybe wasn't a great baseball player, but got to remember, in the most difficult of sports, he did make it to the majors. So, of course, so did Mario Ferrer. So, and so did Hannes Wagner. So they have something in common, and Walter Johnson. So where this started, guys, if you're because you're joining us late, is that Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans was asking how effective Cy Young was, and of course, yeah, me being me, instead of answering, I started starting off with, well, it shouldn't be the Cy Young Award, it should be the Walter Johnson Award, and just went on from there. And we somehow got to this dude who hates Walter Johnson, who's a sports writer, and actually finishes a runner-up for the J. Taylor Spink Award for baseball journalism. So there you are. Bob Uecker's funny. I had to egg you on, man. I had to. I had to. I had to know. Because I don't know if you're making this up. You're here telling me about mini splits, man. I knew a cheerleader once who was like 4'2". She's a little hottie, 22-year-old. She did some mini splits. That's about the only one I know. So thank you for that. Anyhow, I'm sorry this is not as sophisticated as Chat with Al and stuff like that, but it is, after all, 2:20 a.m. and I probably a bit of heat stroke. Who knows? So, but we'll be back on Sunday. I might do a game of something tomorrow night, like just something quick, or just let MLB The Show play. I bring out some deep memories. Good. That's good. That's good. Big Clue says, by the way, no longer how long since they covered baseball, Spink Award winners get lifetime working privileges for the Hall of Fame. Some of the worst photos are Spink winners. Murray Chass, Murray Chass, Bill Madden, etc. For God's sake, Madden turned in a blank ballot in 1988, refusing to vote for Willie Stargell. Still brags about it. Why would you brag about it? Let's see. The whole world knows Willie Stargell. Well, yeah. Well, you know what? There you go. I guess Andy Warhol was indeed right about that 15 minutes of fame. I guess it's what you do with it, right? So you want to live your life being the dude that didn't vote for Willie Stargell for the Hall of Fame. Wow. That's something you can pass on to your grandkids, huh? Guess what, kids? I didn't vote for one of the most beloved and one of the most feared hitters in modern baseball in the 1970s. Didn't vote for him. He's in the Hall of Fame, but your granddaddy didn't vote for him. How about that? Are you proud of me? Why don't you take me to the Cracker Barrel? You little shits, you little whippersnappers. Yeah, Sam Rice's 34th all-time in career hits. Yeah, he sure sucked. Big Clue. What about that great stat you found? You got to share that link again for everybody, for the few people. John Haber would be interested in this. I know he would. John Haber would be interested in this stat. And Christopher Slovic. Is Chris still here? I don't know. He probably went back to sleep or something. No, he's not. He's getting ready for school. Big Clue asked a question earlier in the chat. So, who has the most lifetime hits in the cleanup spot in baseball history? And if you were here before, you can't answer it. So this is more Christopher Slovic. There it is. There it is. And it's pretty cool. So the most career hits in the cleanup spot. And I guessed it right, even though I thought that this guy usually batted third, but at least I did get the name right. And Christopher, the name, the winner should make you happy, and you guys know Christopher and I are Pirate fans. So it's a pirate. It's a pirate. And that baseballegg.com, by the way, is another rabbit hole for everybody. So go deep, go long, love it. Love it, live it. When you were not so antisocial, you were on Twitter. And I'm very social, and the only reason I have a Twitter account, which I never use, is for a graduate seminar. We were told to sign up for it, and we did, and we never used it. So. No, what I was waiting for you to say, Jackass Whiskey, is if you would have said years ago when you're not so antisocial, you were on Twitter, then you decide later to buy it, because then my suspicions would be correct in thinking that you're Elon Musk. Hey, Big Clue says he's not antisocial, just hates people. Yeah. I can feel that. I can feel it. I feel that vibe from you there. But you're my favorite heretic, so it evens out in the end. All right. Anyhow, here we are. Here we are. Somebody popped back in the chat. Don't know who it is, but hello. We had some French dude earlier in the first game, and he typed the letter P. So that was kind of exciting. I don't know if it was posted a separated birth of Patrick Rios and an RP. I don't remember. So But the French guy was funny. He was funny. He was funny. Robbie Wartburg wasn't here tonight. That means the Rangers must have played. So let's see how they did. My Buccos didn't play, but we start June a game above 500. So we're hoping. Nah, Robbie just doesn't like us. Because his Rangers didn't play. Oh, Jesus. We play the Cardinals tomorrow. All right, Robbie just doesn't like us. That's fine. We love him. Oh, so the Tigers beat the Rangers a day ago. Hey, my Bucks finished May. We took that series from the Giants. That's not bad. But, I mean, yeah. So hopefully, folks are following the baseball season. Know what you think of it so far. Some definitely surprises. And I'd hate to be in the American League East, that's for sure. Those Tampa Bay Rays are insane. Just insane. Nobody's going to catch them. Nobody's going to catch them. And last I checked, everybody was above 500 in the American League East. Is that still the case? Let us look on MLB.com, for we love MLB.com. Do we not? Of course we do. It's our best friend. Well, Baseball Reference is our best friend. So, yeah, everybody in the American League East is playing above 500. And last place in the American League East is Boston. They're 29-27. Tampa Bay, 40 wins, 18 losses. No one's even close. No one's even close. These guys are nuts. You're just not going to stop these guys. And their fan base blows. Yeah, and we're kind of glad. We are kind of glad that the Brewers are worse, by the way, because we're, let me see. So the Brewers lost one. We won two. We're only a half game behind Milwaukee. Hated Milwaukee. And, hey, look at Cincinnati catching up. You guys lost against the Red Sox tonight, but, still, the Cubs, they fell recently, looks like, too, because they weren't the Cubs like in third or something? They're in last place now. The National League Central is not, yeah. That American League East is brutal. That is just brutal, man. The Yankees have the Baltimore Orioles, a 35-21 record, and they're 4 games back. They're not going to catch these guys. They're not going to catch them. I just wish they had, or maybe it's the ballpark. Somebody told me it's really hard to get there or something like that. I don't know. Who else favorite teams here? Oh, I still would listen to baseball. That's right. In a world winner, baseball is always spring for hope. I like that. Yeah. Of course, baseball's soul crushing. That's one of the things that makes it great. Think how much better the AL East would be if they were playing each other more. Oh, I know. There is that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I'll tell you what, it would be brilliant if we went back to the divisional play, because then you would see these teams clashing right now. But the thing is how many of these teams in the American League, right? Because I'm not taking anything away from Tampa Bay. There was a game a couple weeks ago where the Yankees were up 8 runs on them or something, and they came back and opened a can of medieval on the Yankees or whatever. Open a can of whoop ass. That's what you call it, whoop ass. Look at Robbie's Rangers though, man. Huh? 35-20. What do we think, guys? Are they for real, or are they overachieving? I mean, I know my Pirates were overachieving. What about the Rangers? Are they legit? Is this a legit team? Let me see. Yeah, there's the Dodgers up there. Of course, the Dodgers are always there. I know we have Dodgers fans in here. Rangers might get into the playoffs. And you feel Astros are still a favorite for the division? Rod and Gardenhire happened to you? You want to get Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans going? Here, I'll get him going. Watch this. This is fun. I was just going to type that name in. Joe Mauer. Good. I'm glad he did it. I'm glad he did it. Get him going. He's all about Joe Mauer. I think Joe Mauer owes Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans money from a poker game or something. Because he goes off on Joe Mauer rants. They're beautiful. They're beautiful to behold. Literature worthy of Dickens, really. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So everybody plays everybody. Yeah, I know. So, I don't know. Could that have something to do with the way the American League East is? I mean, there's strong teams, but you got everybody playing above 500. So what? Boston didn't they just beat Tampa Bay? I don't know. Nah. That's right. I love baseball as much as they're trying to destroy it. Joe Mauer was a favorite son. I don't know, man. I don't care. Baseball, yeah, baseball break your heart. Baseball crush your soul, but still love it. Still love it. The son who got injured and turned from an all-time grad catcher into a league average first baseman overnight. Big Clue says he shares that pain. So here we are doing this in this great technology and stuff, but imagine all the old dudes back in the day, the old hot stove league where it came from, right? In the wintertime, having the same sorts of chin wags that we're having right here. Baseball's about tradition, and I love it. I love it. Something that carries on and on and on. Not to start sounding like Ken Burns here, but I don't know. I don't hear F-ball fans getting into the deep discussions of their game, nor do I hear from hockey people or basketball people that, yeah, maybe basketball in some respects, but still not like this. That's right. That's right. And Big Clue, I am channeling my inner Tevye. Tradition. That's right. Channeling my inner Tevye. I think you need to do that every once in a while, everyone. Yeah. Go about singing If I Were a Rich Man, whatever it is. People love it. Chicks dig it. Big Clue says, honestly, it's the same with Ernie Banks and the Cubs, save that Banks didn't have injury to blame for it. Nor do you hardly ever hear F-ball fans mention any players from pre-1959. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I can't sing every day like that at work. If I'm carrying compressors and stuff like that, and you're trying to hit that stentorious tradition while carrying a compressor or a power inverter or whatever, one tends toward hernia, and I'd rather not. But I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do, Big Clue. It makes me know that somewhere out there, wherever you are, that somebody is doing Tevye. Or if you're old school, right? You're doing so Tevye, of course. Topo, may his memory be eternal. Played in the new one. But who was the first one? The first Tevye, the first fiddler on the roof. Who was it? Can't remember. So whichever school, whichever sort of aesthetic you come from, as far as a fiddler on the roof, channel it, man. It's great. It's great. Benefits of work from home. You can say what you want. Sunrise. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I'm trying for a work at home gig again. This working out of the house is bullshit. I would sit here at my work at home job, and I'd have a synthesizer hooked up, and I'm like jamming, kicking up some piano and stuff all day. Now actually I have to work. It's a bit of shite, but it is what it is. Well, I'm glad you're playing. I'm playing. Oh, how did I guilt you into buy it? I'm glad you're playing it. If I wanted to guilt you into something, I'd say get Action PC Baseball. Yeah, because you can do a lot. But Baseball Mogul's a nice game, so I'm glad you're playing it. I hope you come back to baseball. It's a wonderful game, despite it's all the shit that's going on with it. It's still a great game. Go see a good minor league baseball game, and you'll get your love of baseball back. Go to the minors, man. Go to see some rookie league ball, man. That's starting up now in June. Short season A, buddy. Catch a short season A game and fall in love all over again. It's a great game. I was at a club the other night singing, and man, they had baseball on everywhere, and it was just wonderful. In fact, this one club, one of the clubs that I go to, even in F-ball season, they have one channel always on MLB Network. So, baseball and beer, baby, or a good Telemordu. How about that? A good shot of Telemordu, and you're good to go. Anyhow, guys, thanks for hanging out and chatting and everything, and coming to the MLB The Show game in the first part of the doubleheader, and then I'm hanging in with Ernie and Ernie and myself with me. Ernie and me hanging with me on the second one. The Cubs, the Bears. Okay, now I have to wait a minute because the Cubs, the Bears comes in. He says a lot of old golf and horse racing fans chat about the old days too, not just baseball. He's been in those discussions. Okay, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Okay, the original was Zero Mostel. Okay, thank you. Great actor he was. All right, the Cubs, the Bears. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But I would contend that as far as like the three other major team sports in America, you don't hear them talking about the history of their game. Not the way we do. We just had a huge discussion about Walter Johnson. I wonder how many. I don't know any old F-ball players, by the way, so I only know like a couple of them. And I think for F-ball fans, 1970 is for us like looking at baseball in like 1841 or something. So Jackass Whiskey loves the stats of baseball and the history, the stats of baseball. Tullamore Dew, man. Tullamore Dew. Drink some Tullamore Dew, I'm telling you. Oh, the Alan Schwartz. Yeah, the numbers game. That's one of the ones that didn't make it back with me when I came across the pond. As I'm replenishing my baseball library, restoring it, whatever. So if I do a stream some night in MLB The Show, which I will, but I want to do a stream where, because some people were questioning some of the rosters that were on there, so I wouldn't mind some help, you guys. We could do some trades, move some guys around, and see who should be where and what and why. And thanks to MV, I bought, one of the things wasn't his fault. Tonight I bought the pre-order for Diablo 4, and it's downloading right now as I speak. But I also, because MV writes to me in Discord, I found the mother of all all-time great rosters, and it's on MLB The Show 21, and we could easily do a Howie Shanks League from that, and da-da-da-da-da, and it's got Negro League players and things like that. So like a chump, now I have MLB The Show 20, 21, 22, and 23, and the only one I play really is 20, or 22. So, but thanks, MV, for costing me an extra $22 I didn't think of I was going to spend tonight. Pittsburgh can give the Senators an outfielder or two for Walter Johnson. No shit. How about it? The Cubs and Bears says that he started watching F-ball in the 50s. He knows a lot of the players, but baseball has a nostalgia for numbers, which is unmatched. I think baseball has those great stories too, like beyond the numbers. But you're right. And I mean, wasn't it said too in that again, just to quote the Ken Burns documentary, or just to refer to that a 300 hitter, right? You have, like in baseball, you have these stats that mean something beyond just the stat, right? We talk about somebody who's a 300 hitter, and we could go back in time to 1949 and talk to about so and so's a 400 hitter, and that means, or a 300 hitter, and that means something beyond that percentage of being successful at bat. But just the great stories of the game, man. Whether it's just, the great characters like Germany Schaefer, Nick Altrock, Mickey Mantle, you know, um, Mark Fidrich, whatever. I don't know that you have those same characters that kind of endure all the way through. Going back to Rube Waddell and King Kelly, and I mean, all those names conjure up this whole thing, and I think it's just so inextricably linked with our history. Again, I know I'm sounding like the Ken Burns documentary, but I think it's true. I think it's, yeah, maybe baseball's kind of lost its place, but I don't know. I go to minor league games here, and the crowds love it. They're loving baseball, and there you go. Arlie Latham, Bruce Petway. There you go. There's a name. Yeah, since Johnson was no good. I know, right? Yeah, Walter Johnson. How about that Walter Johnson? Piker, a ham and egger. Isn't that what you call it? Isn't that the word, ham, or phrase, ham and egger? Bill Burns, the freshest man on earth. All right, we got to get Big Clue to come on and do a game with us some night. It won't actually be a game. We'll just be heretics and have a game on in the background. What do you think, Big Clue? You up for it some night? We'll just like, get you. We'll get Steve Tate again, and we'll just blow up YouTube with, like, 12 viewers or something. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. We need another heretic here. All right. Good. He says anytime. Sweet. We're gonna have the Big Clue show, man. Big Clue though. Smart man. Great guy. A lot of fun. Love him. And he's a heretic. He's a heretic. We are gonna nail down your heresy. We will nail down. We will enumerate the heresies of the Catholic and Orthodox churches, and we will find you. Just don't talk Hall of Fame, or you'll get off my lawn mode. Well, of course, now I have to. I have to talk Hall of Fame. I love it. I love it. You kidding me? So no, because you can do that, then we can go off about Harold Baines again. We can go off about Harold Baines. This is great. Yeah, maybe about Bruce Petway. Maybe you should write to Clay Dreslov. Say, Clay, what's the deal? What's the dealio, man? Anyhow, a lot of poor Harold. Poor Harold. Poor Harold's in the Hall of Fame. So, there you go. Harold Baines, as we reported one night, led the league in something one year, didn't he? Don't quite remember what it was, but he led the league in something. All right, Harold, what'd you do here, buddy? Sorry, but I think it's important. Let's look for Harold's black ink, because I know he led the league in something. Or did they take his black ink away? No, there it is. Hey. So he led the league in slugging percentage in 1984 with 29 homers. There you go. But he there's his black ink. He was selected by today's Game Era Committee. Doesn't that sound like sort of all unicorns and rainbows? Today's era. I was in today's era. Sorry, I'm getting really snarky. Let's see. So he's 670th in batting, right? So his batting is a 3. The average Hall of Famer is a 27. Poor Harold. His gray ink batting 40. Average Hall of Famer is 144. His batting 67. Likely Hall of Famer is 100. And Hall of Fame standards is batting 44. The average Hall of Famer is 50. Yeah. So, all right. Harold Baines, ladies and gentlemen, who isn't slinging tools in 90-degree heat. So, who am I to say any damn thing? There he is. The only rate take, Baines should be only in the Hall of Pretty Good. He was a feared hitter? But feared by whom? Maybe may her memory be eternal. My Irish great grandmom. Maybe. Let me see. Feared hitter. Okay, so that 384 home runs. Okay, so he hit more home runs than Joe DiMaggio, but Joe DiMaggio had a much shorter career than Harold. Yeah. See, now you're just egging me on, though. Jackass whiskey. I know it. 289 average. There you go. Yeah. I mean, that's good. It's not that he was a bad player, but. So the exercise is always this. You say, Ty Cobb, Honus Wagner, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Harold Baines. There you go. Jack Morris. Jack Morris. Big Clue knows it's coming. There we go. Do I even bother? Yeah, I guess not because I can't spell it. Here's my man. Here's my man, Sherry McGee. Look, Sherry McGee has black ink. Sorry, Big Clue, you knew it was coming, though. All right, bat a little lower, 291 hitter. But, man, I mean, he got a batting championship. Sherry McGee led twice in his career as a slugging. In 1910, Sherry McGee was great, man. I'd be more afraid of him than Harold Baines. He's not in the Hall. Never will be. Oh, well. That's right. Sherry. Yeah, good stuff. Anyhow, guys, time to go out. Wow, his last year was with the Cincinnati Reds in 1919. Lefty O'Doul. What about Lefty O'Doul? Feared hitter. Harold Baines, Lefty O'Doul should be in for his contributions to baseball. But he even has more black ink. He even has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 instances of black ink. Harold Baines has 1. Feared hitter, buddy. That's what's his name? Sergio. What's his name again? Ferrer. There's a feared hitter. There he is. The man who that guy from Minneapolis, St. Paul had to think of whether he was greater than Honus Wagner or not. So there he is. I dedicate this broadcast to Sergio Ferrer and Patrick Reuse. Thank you. The Cubs Bears says given a choice, he would pitch Jack Morris over Nolan Ryan in a big game. Morris was a gamer. Well, Nolan Ryan probably. What was that thing? What was that game? Who was that Nolan Ryan? It's like really famous. Got this guy in a headlock and started whooping on his face. Who was that Nolan Ryan beat up? Sherry played in the 1910s like Johnson. According to Rios, he couldn't hold Dale Berra. Oh my God. Dale Berra. What an embarrassment. We had him in those terrible Pirate teams. Dale Berra. Wow. He was like a, yeah, Dale Barrow was, poor Yogi, huh? I mean, Dale just, well, Dale kind of sucked, didn't he? So he was on the 79, 77, 70, 79 bucks. We were still good then. But then, Dale Barrows with the 84 Pirates, we were terrible. The 85 Pirates, we were super bad. He only got in 40 games. Oh, no, he was, no. So the Pirates traded him to the Yankees. Wow, who did we get in return? Is that when we had Rick Rhoden? I can't remember. Rick Rhoden was a better pitcher, though, than some, anyhow. Oh, Robin Ventura. Yeah, right. That was called the Texas Necktie or something like that. Nolan Ryan just went medieval on him. I mean, come on, the guy was like, right, he pitched like, what was he, late 40s when he pitched his final no-hitter or something? And Nolan Ryan, though, walked a lot of dudes. What are Harold Baines' stats versus Minnesota Twins? I don't know. Probably, I don't know. I mean, I could look it up in StatHead, but Harold Baines, I just have to accept that he's in the Hall of Fame. And there you go. So Dale Barrow must have got his height from his mom because he was 6 foot tall. Anybody else care about anything else about Dale Barrow? Just let me know. It's right here, as we know. Dale Barrow probably about, yeah. He'll be in the Hall of Fame someday, though. You know that, right? Sonny Yogi. The son of Yogi. Anyhow, guys, thank you very much. This was a lot of fun tonight. Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans, thank you for making it super fun, super interesting, seriously. To the Cubs, the Bears. So Dale's a long line of progeny who shamed their famous fathers. Dale Barra, Nicole Richie, Ron Reagan, Charlie Sheen. Yeah, he does have a corn stash. I have to say the word corn for the YouTube algorithm. Yep, there he goes. In both pictures. Oh, anyhow, fun stuff. Fun stuff. So the big clue, Jackass Whiskey and Pinto Beans, the Cubs, the Bears. Thanks, guys, for coming in. And just quickly go up to, Cousin Ken Castro is here for a while. Mick F., Aaron Reed, Christopher Slovic. He's coming to America. Yep. I feel good. John Haber. Thank you, John, for coming in. Much, much, much appreciated. Don't get to see John very much. And that's it. All right, guys. If where you are, you're getting a bit of this little heat wave, stay cool. It's going to be 93 where I am tomorrow, and then it gets back in the 70s. Sleep well, everybody. Should you be watching? Just watch baseball, man. Watch baseball. It's the greatest, most beautiful game ever invented. There you go. Except for, copulation. But there you go. All right, guys. See you next time. See you around the batting cage. And we're going to have Harold Baines and Patrick Rios on some night to discuss cross-stitch patterns. So look for that one. Take care, guys. Good night.